Welcome back. You know, there's more to playing sports than just competing to be the best or developing the physical fitness of an athlete. Children who play sports develop real-life skills that can be applied to all areas of their lives, from childhood to adulthood. Able Youth is an organization that wants the opportunity for youth of all backgrounds, able-bodied or who have a physical disability, to be able to play sports as well. And here to tell us more about Able Youth is Amy Saffell, along with Jay Denning, who's an Able Youth participant. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you both here with us today. So I learned this is the first program of its type in Nashville. Amy, for people who've never heard of Able Youth, tell us about the program and the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, Able Youth is a wheelchair sports and independence group for kids who use wheelchairs, and we let kids of all ages, starting from toddlers all the way up through high school, be able to both learn life lessons in independence and to be able to play sports.
Yeah. So Jay, how long have you been a part of Able Youth?
Well, don't know basically, but I feel like about 6 years.
Is it about 6 years? Because you're how old?
11.
11. So wow, you've been participating a long time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about the program?
Well, every time a new kid comes in, I'm able to make a new friend every time, and we get to go over some things with them and encourage them that just because you're in a wheelchair and handicapped doesn't mean you can't do it stuff.
Wow, you certainly are a mature and bright young man. That is so very, very true. Do you have favorite sports? What do you enjoy playing?
I'm in a basketball team, so of course my favorite sport would be basketball.
I bet you're pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am, right? Mm-hmm. That is so wonderful. So we can see the smile when he talks about it, even, Amy. It makes him excited, because so many times I'm sure lots of these young folks, these youth who may be in a wheelchair, maybe never thought there was an opportunity for them to be able to participate in sports. But you have a whole lot of programs. Talk some about the programs and how you're helping these young folks.
We do. We have a monthly Super Sports Saturday, and that's where kids of all ages, starting from toddlers all the way up, can go and learn and play sports and also learn some independent skills as well. Yeah. They learn basketball and wheelchair handling skills. They do races. They play baseball. We do all kinds of things, tennis. And that's once a month. And then we also have a wheelchair basketball program, the Music City Thunder, and cheerleaders to go along with that.
Is that what Jay was just talking about?
Yes, he is on the team, and so is a basketball player. But Jay is also a very good athlete in our racing program. We have a partnership with Achilles International where the kids do a virtual marathon throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, and even throughout the year, they do races, mostly 5Ks, around town to be able to add to their miles. And Jay's one of our good athletes in that. So, but we also will do all kinds of other sports throughout the year. Mm-hmm. We have life trips where we've taken kids skiing to Colorado, and we've also taken kids to Disney to be able to swim with dolphins in Discovery Cove as well. But all throughout along the way that they've learned skills related to independence. They learned a lot in our life skills program, the life trip, to be able to what it's like to be in public and navigate a hotel, and they did all their own luggage all by themselves. And so really we want them to be able to grow in their athletic skills, but also in their independent skills as well, things that they're going to need down the road, whether they pursue sports long term or whether they just want to be a productive member of society.
Definitely. Do you think you'll continue to participate in this organization for a while, Jay?
Definitely.
And do you encourage other young folks that you meet who may be in a wheelchair to do the same?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
What would you tell them is the most fun thing that you do?
Well, you get to, like I said, make new friends and be able to, if I tell them something, they might carry it along the way. Down the line, they might tell another person, like in public, and you don't even know that person.
Yeah, so you've probably been able to meet a whole lot of friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you got a great personality. I can just tell. I can just tell that already. We're so excited to have a chance to get to meet you. So what I love about this organization, you have cheerleaders. You offer every type of sports there practically is out there. Who do you work with? Who is working with these youth? And do you have people with backgrounds in cheerleading and track and field and basketball?
We do. We have a great group of staff members. Several of us are experienced in wheelchair sports in a variety of ways. We have one member who is a former Paralympian in wheelchair basketball, so she handles a lot of the basketball. But we all have experience in wheelchair sports, but then we also bring in other volunteers that are physical therapists, occupational therapists from the community, and people that just love kids to be able to work with our kids. And I think that people sometimes don't realize that on the sports background, people that love tennis, they can work with kids who have disabilities and those who don't. It's not that different. And so we always encourage people that have sports backgrounds to get involved, because it's not that different working with someone with a disability than it might be with someone who doesn't. Might not be as different as you think.
Right. I would imagine that you really do need the support of the parents.
We do.
And with these, look, Jay's shaking his head. I feel like he has a great support system. I've already met his dad and his brother, so that's a pretty important aspect of this.
It's a really important aspect. You know, there's not that many programs out there for kids with disabilities, and so whereas a kid who doesn't have a disability might be able to just go down the street and play basketball, it does take some more effort, but we really think it's worth it for these kids to have the normal childhood experiences of playing sports and learning things. And so it's definitely important to have the parent support. And I think that the parents learn a lot too. The parents will sometimes come in not knowing what their child is capable of. And as they see the other kids that have been in the program longer, and then they see what their kids learn, they really realize how much is capable for all these kids. They're all capable of doing so much in life, and so we really instill that in the parents as well as the kids. Yeah.
Jay, does it feel pretty good when you look out and see your dad there and your brother and everybody there supporting you?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I bet it does. So if parents wanted to get their child signed up or involved in Able Youth, how would they go about doing that?
We are at ableyouth.org. You can sign up there, and we have a Facebook page with all of our events, and then our website also tells all about all of our events, goes through all the programs that we have, and a calendar there with all the programs and when they are.
So how often would parents need to maybe get the child to practice? Because I would imagine, like during the summer, like now, Jay may have a little bit more time to be out there with the basketball. But during the school year, how often does the program go on then as well?
Usually basketball is once a week. Usually we meet on the weekends. Super Sport Saturday is once a month, and then they have the option to do some of the training for the races and things on their own, but we do get together some as well. So it just kind of depends on what program they want to be involved in, but it could be as much as once a week or once a month, just depending. But we love to see our kids in any of our programs, how often they can come.
I bet. Yeah. Jay, do you practice a lot at home?
I try to, but sometimes my family is busy with other things. Yeah. Like my dad is setting up a funnel cake business, so I'm helping him with that.
That's awesome. So you're a busy one. You got a brother. Does he sometimes play the sport with you?
He always tries to get in a wheelchair and see how it would be. Yeah. Like how I live my day in a wheelchair and stuff.
That's really neat. I would imagine you have youth that have all levels, from those that are starting out and maybe not be as good as the others. But one of the life lessons I'm sure you hope to teach them is that practice can make perfect. So I'm sure as each day goes along, and there's always that encouragement.
There is. I think that doesn't matter what level they come in. A lot of our kids come in never having known that they could play sports, much less to be experienced. And so we accept people however they are, and that we really do hope to instill in them that practice does make perfect, no matter if it's dribbling a basketball or learning how to take care of yourself more independently, that they really do need to practice, and that they will get it and they will catch on, and we're there to encourage them along the way.
So, Amy, how do folks find out about you? You know, are you available, you know, through certain organizations that send folks your way? How do people find out about Able Youth?
We do. We have been very fortunate through some therapists at Vanderbilt to have them send kids towards us, and so that's been a very good thing. And so if anybody is involved in any kind of therapy program, definitely ask your therapist about it, and they can point you our way. But I think that the website has been a really good tool for us, for families to be able to learn about us.
Well, I am so glad that you're offering this program, and I'm so glad that you guys came on to tell us more about it today. Jay, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Much success with your basketball career, okay?
Thank you.
I want to thank Amy and Jay, of course, and thank my earlier guests for being here, Sierra McGinnis as well as Cindy Sneed from the Next Door. And I want to thank you for watching. I'm Tuwanda Coleman, and I'll see you next time on the Plus Side of Nashville.